doing? She look like you. She look like she's busy.
So them say pork tastes like human flesh.
Who said that? Huh? What happened?
Pork tastes like human flesh.
What
You got
happened?
impact glass on it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to scare you, but it
It
didn't.
didn't work. Hmm? What are you
So
doing?
if pork tastes like human flesh,
David, come here. I'm not going to get about somebody say human fish tastes like pork.
yeah. So
How
may I
do you know
check,
that?
may I check if your right texture.
You human feet?
Yeah, human being.
What are you doing? Recording that? But he asked if you eat humans.
We don't know about suppose anything and we have to eat nyam
No,
while
you're not eating, no.
That's that St. Thomas stuff.
I?
cannibalism. But you have to make sure so. Check and make sure so you can
So why you checking me? Why don't you check
you're the
it?
closest person we have to eat first. Well, David not much flesh on him.
You're creepy.
So
This is
and
David Rodriguez already.
if Daniel keep herself plump in that good,
Uh-uh.
you know, like a fat extras.
That's creepy.
Yeah, human being tastes like pork. Well, let's see. Yes, friends, nice evening sitting out here on the dock, the yard, back of the yard, looking out into the ocean. And the duck,
That's an ocean?
well, it close enough.
That's a lake.
Can work. It's close enough.
It's not an ocean.
But it's
a lake.
nice and cool. It's a nice, beautiful day. And we're sitting out here reminiscing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's her. So, as I was saying some time ago, that when we got this house, it was a challenge. Just like any other place, but you know, for us it was a challenge. Won't you agree, honey?
What do you mean for us?
It was a challenge. Challenge.
You have to define what the challenge was.
Well, this is
The
where
challenge was weird and odd.
this is why you come in now. You're going to define the challenge.
Because the challenge was actually odd because the challenge wasn't financial. The challenge wasn't. What would you say that? How you define it? It was like just unnecessary stuff just popping up. It's like it was being prevented. Would you say that?
Let's say it was kind of being intercepted, I suppose.
You think so? Yeah.
And a lot of times in these challenges, even as Christians, we don't understand how real spiritual forces are. We think it's only what we see and hear in the Bible and this and that, but these things are real.
But what we needed to get it was no problem. The financials, the credit, it was no problem. Then you get to the HOA, all of a sudden
There were issues.
there was issues, and the issues didn't make sense.
Yep.
The issues didn't make sense. I could see if it was difficulty in financial or there was something wrong with credit and they have to fix. None of those had any issues at all. All of those was as what they call it, shining bright.
And those are pretty much good. We were pretty
Yeah.
much good to go, and I think more or less somehow we were being tested. And I think maybe it's more for personal things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we know, in all, God showed up.
He sure did. It's like everything that was thrown at us is like God showed up because what was being thrown at us made absolutely no sense.
But what was interesting about it, people were saying you made a bad choice, you made a this, you made a that,
You shouldn't have sold your house.
yeah.
You never sold. What was it? You never sold where you live or what you own.
Right.
Something like that.
I would say maybe to some extent we got into a situation where it's like you know, we were so anxious to
And
get it,
excited.
yeah, that we jumped ahead, and you know we're accustomed to reading the fine print, especially her, but for some reason we were not able to see any of that until we got ourselves in a bind where we couldn't back out of the deal because it would have cost us more backing out than
Going
going
ahead.
forward. So we decided, all right, we're going to go forward. But you know, this is very significant about going forward, you know. Sometimes when you go forward with anything, you're always going to find opposition. And the thing with us, our people with us is that we learn to appreciate stuff more when we go through some form of challenge in anything. And sometimes when things come too easy, sometimes it doesn't. You don't feel a sense of reward, a sense of gratification. Not to say you must go out there and put yourself in problem to feel gratified in what you achieve. Or go create unnecessary trouble. But if the situation get bad, there's no reason to back off. There's no reason to walk away. And then the thing about it, a lot of times when you're going through situations, you always hear a million and one voices. You're hearing the voice of the people. You're hearing the voice of people who agreed and some that don't agree. And you're also hearing your inner voice. Did I do the right thing? Did I make the right choice? Was it the right time? You know, but in all in all, we found out that God never changes. Never changes. And when Him say we show up, He will show up. And He will make even those things that we consider to be bad choices to be things that turn out to work out for your benefit. Not true?
Hmm?
So, you know, friends,
Absolutely.
I want to tell you, you know, if you're pursuing something, listen, there are many voices, but if you trust the voice of God, you can go through anything.
I'm gonna burn up my face.
You see, friends are them problem me have me attack something serious and this man attack will burn up face, you know, man. Oh boy. Maybe that's a part of the problems that we go through.
What problem do you go through now? Let's talk. What in God's name problem do you
It's
go
stress.
through? What stress
You,
are you
you see
under?
look for me here.
The only stress you're under is the ones you create. Cause you look like sometimes you want some stress, so you create some, you find one screw there, so it's a problem.
You want to stress me.
No.
Anyway, friends, I'll talk to you next time. We just have a little evening chat here. So, you know, God is good. We're blessed with our house. We're happy with our house. It goes beyond our expectations. And trust me, we couldn't ask for anything more than this. Until then, we talk. This is Mark and
Cheryl. Mrs. B.
she not even know what she name. Later. Talk to you. Have a good evening.